Whoa, two came out. And by the way, the antelope like dropped off from my robe, just took the card and dropped it off. So the antelope is speaking to us, and the antelope is symbolic of patience and also taking rest. So we'll read about the antelope another day. But right now I got these two cards. And so it is forcing me in my situation to have to make my own decisions and not rely on the cognitance, the reliability, basically, of others. So that is so important to definitely get in touch with what makes you happy, because let's face it, at the end of the day, if we're not happy, we cannot help anybody else, right? So if we're not taking care of ourselves, then we cannot provide for others, because if we're laying up somewhere sickly, then we're not going to be able to continue the plan to help others. So it's so important that we get in touch with what makes our heart sing and not the opposite, like frustration and anger and all of that toxicity. It's important that we focus on things that we are able to do, such as the medicine shield. The medicine shield, and by the way, we're still going to do a medicine shield. I think I'm going to do it in a few days, and I'll tell you why in the medicine shield video. I'll tell you why I picked the day. So it's so important on our medicine shield to get in touch with what we will and what we won't do, okay? So what we will do and what we will not do. And that is not depending on anybody else's opinion. Basically, it's our boundaries. And so it's important that we set those boundaries. Thank you so much. I want to share with you my beautiful crystal. And I decided to go all quartz because I feel that we need a healing. And so we got quartz earrings to match and a quartz ring. So we got all clear quartz today, and I know that that's going to clear the energy. So let's get to it. What cards basically crawled out? I'm sensing crawling, and then I'm sensing another one hopped. So let's see what they are. Let's see if my intuition is on point. The butterfly. Uh-oh, that's the transition card, and it's right side up. So that means we're doing things right. So that flew. This card flew. Or it could have hopped, because butterflies do hop. They hop from one point to another. And now we have a bear. And the bear is upside down. So the bear is in contrary. Therefore, we need to read about the bear. Thank you for all your compliments. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's have at it here. And we already know about the butterfly. We've read about the butterfly a million times. The butterfly is the transition from the larvae, basically to the cocoon, to the chrysalis. So there's different stages of a transition. When you're transitioning, like for instance, when you're starting another job, it's basically an idea first, right? To start another job. And then the idea forms, just like the caterpillar forms into the butterfly. So the idea forms from an idea to actually taking action, to actually a transition, and then a result, okay? So we know about the butterfly, and if you want to know more about the butterfly, you can read my playlist here on Facebook and also YouTube. at Corin Virtual Coach, and that playlist is Corin Chief Taintsy, and that's me. I am a priestess chief. I have royalty, and my intentions are pure. I have power. I use it for the good to help others. And thank you for watching. I would love to be able to learn more about the bear because I haven't really learned that much about the bear, although I love the bear. And I want to make sure that I understand what the bear is trying to show us today. So thank you. Thanks for joining. And let's check this out. I miss you guys. How are you? Please tell me what you're doing and if there is a transition in your life and how you are coping with that transition. And now we have an illustration, and we have a poem, and we have a word, because every animal, spirit, or creature has a word that it symbolizes, and the bear symbolizes introspection. So introspection. So that's interesting how I was talking about look within and feel what is right for you, and then according to your medicine shield, we'll do a shield. We'll definitely do a shield together. And the bear's word is introspection, and the poem is invite me into the cave where silence surrounds the answer you gave. So bear, invite me into the cave where silence surrounds the answer you gave. In other words, bear, we know you're here, and we know that you want to tell us something, and our ears are open, our minds are open. We are receptive to what it is that you would like to show us. Because remember, animals and creatures, they teach us all day long. They are a part of the animal kingdom, and they are here on earth in this universe, and we are all one. So it's important that we give the bear the respect that it deserves. The strength of bear medicine is the power of introspection. It lies in the west on the great medicine wheel of life. Bear seeks honey or the sweetness of truth within the hollow of an old tree. In the winter, when the ice queen reigns and the face of death is upon the earth, bear enters the womb cave to hibernate, to digest the year's experience. It is said that our goals reside in the West also. To accomplish the goals and dreams that we carry, the art of introspection is necessary. So that's very interesting so far, right? Because basically the year is coming to a close, and it is a perfect time for us to, to digest the year's experience. Okay. To become like bear and enter the safety of the womb cave, we must attune ourselves to the energies of the eternal mother and receive nourishment from the placenta of the great void. The great void is the place where all solutions and answers live in harmony with questions that fill our realities. If we choose to believe that there are many questions to life, we also believe that the answers to these questions reside within us. Each and every being has the capacity to quiet the mind, enter the silence, and know. So There's a solution to every problem, and we all have the ability to enter the cave into the silence and to just simply know. We all know the answers to our questions, but for some reason, we're complex humans and we analyze and we overanalyze, and then some of us, we know what to do, we know what is right for us, but we don't do it, and we learn our lessons the hard way. And some of us continuously learn the same lesson over and over and over. And you know the old saying, the definition of insane is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result, right? So we know what the answer is, but sometimes we choose, because we're curious, we choose to do the opposite, and then we're confirmed, yes, I knew that that was the answer, and I went against my intuition. Okay. Many tribes have called this space of inner knowing the Dream Lodge, where the death of illusion of physical reality overlays the expansiveness of eternity. It is in the Dream Lodge that our ancestors sit in council and advise us regarding alternative pathways that lead us to our goals. This is the power of Bear, the female receptive energy that for centuries has allowed visionaries, mystics, and shamans to prophecy is contained in this very special bear energy. In India, the cave symbolizes the cave of Brahma. Brahma's cave is considered to be the pineal gland that sits in the center of the 4 lobes of the brain. If one were to imagine an overview of the head, the top, it would be a circle. The south would be the forehead. The north, the back of the skull. The west would be the right brain, and the east, the left brain. Bear is in the west, the intuitive side, the right brain, to hibernate. Bear travels to the cave, which is the center of the 4 lobes, where the pineal gland resides. In the cave, Bear seeks answers while she is dreaming or hibernating. Bear is then reborn in the spring, like the opening of spring flowers. Hi, thank you for the stars. I appreciate you. I gotta give you a hug. Thank you. I love you, and I love you all. Thank you very much. For eons, all seekers of the dream time and of visions have walked the path of silence, calming the internal chatter, reaching the place of rites of passage, the channel or pineal gland. From the cave of Bear, you find the pathway to the Dream Lodge and the other levels of imagination or consciousness. In choosing Bear, the power of knowing has invited you to enter the silence and become acquainted with the Dream Lodge so that your goals may become concrete realities. This is the strength of bears. Of Bear and bears. Okay, the contrary. Ours was right side up, but if it was upside down, it would be contrary. And actually, let's read the contrary because we want to know everything about the bear, what to do, what not to do. If you have drawn Bear reversed, your internal dialogue may have confused your perception of your true goals. In seeking answers or advice from others, you may have placed your own feelings and knowing aside. The time has come to regain your authority, for no one knows better than yourself what is proper and timely for your evolution. Reclaim the power of knowing. Find joy in the silence and richness of the mother's womb. Allow your thoughts of confusion to be laid to rest as clarity emerges from the west, nurturing your dreams as the earth mother nourishes us all. Bear in the contrary position is teaching you that only through being your own advisor can you attain your true goals. Anything less than doing of that which gives you the most joy is denial. To achieve happiness, you must know yourself. To know yourself is to know your body, your mind, and your spirit. Use your strengths to overcome your weaknesses and know that both are necessary in your evolution. Journey with Bear to the quietness of your cave and hibernate in silence. Dream your dreams and own them. Then in strength, you will be ready to discover the honey waiting in the tree of life. Wow, I was thinking about the tree of life this morning. Wow. I just need to tell you that I've had goosebumps this entire time, okay? So this book is called Medicine Cards, and it comes with 52 creatures and animals, and basically you shuffle. I'm going to keep these two on the top because sometimes I like to go back and look at them and remember what the lesson is. And let's talk about the second to last paragraph, the last sentence. Use your strengths to overcome your weaknesses and know that both are necessary in your evolution. Okay, so we have our strength to overcome our weaknesses, and our weaknesses are just important as the strength. So the strength, use your strength to overcome your weaknesses and know that both are necessary in your evolution. So basically, you are strong enough to overcome your weaknesses. And it's important that you have weaknesses because that is all a part of your evolution. The jaguars on the bottom, I had to look. Okay, so again, what you tell yourself, your thoughts, or even out loud, is what you are programming your mind to do. So if you tell yourself, I am not strong enough, then you are not strong enough. If you tell yourself, I am strong enough, and you always want to be strong enough, then you are strong enough to overcome your weaknesses, okay? Because we want to evolve. We don't want to stagnate. It's all a part of the Dream Lodge, the Great Mystery, and this great red walk of life. So I use Native American terminology out of all beliefs and cults, culture, and religions, and philosophy. I resonate with the Native American teachings more than anything. And it's also in the Bible, Noah's Ark, right? So when it was flooding, it was important to save the animals just as it was to save the people, the humans. The animals are just as important as humans. And if there's a tragedy or a catastrophe that ever happens, it's just as important to save ourselves and to save the animals and the creatures. So I hope that I have helped anybody with anything that they are going through today, and it's always good to actually think positive thoughts and program your brain, focus on good thoughts. If a negative thought comes into your brain, to actually dismiss it and replace it with a positive affirmation. You could do this silently, and you can also do it out loud. Like, I don't really care if somebody hears me speaking out loud, because I live by myself, and sometimes I have to practice my vocal cords because it's like they need to be stretched. And I do a lot of my business on like text and email, and I don't talk to that many people throughout the day. So that's why I'm glad I have you to talk to, and you have me anytime. You could leave any comments, and I'll also put my email address. You could sign up for my email list. Sometimes I offer really fun promotions and ways that you can absorb some of my consulting in many different areas. So I have several different playlists, and I'm always here to help. I love people. Thank you so much. I have another birth name, and basically the meaning of it is love for life. And I also have a Native American name, and I'll go ahead and post that in the comments as well. As far as giving you my other birth name that was given to me by a priest, and a reverend actually, I will not share that publicly. That is something very sacred to me, but actually, just so you know, it does mean love for life, and also its further definition is love for people. So I don't know if you could tell, but if you haven't noticed yet, I absolutely love people. I believe that we're here to learn from one another, and that we are supposed to value people more than we are supposed to value objects. Thank you so much. I just love you so much, and all of your comments, they're scrolling, and I just wanted to get the message out today. I will be doing a shout out really soon. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you to pieces. And let's say hello to the cat really quick. Hi, baby. Hello, we love you. She said, yeah, she does too. Okay, my loves. Thank you for all that you do. I see you, and I appreciate you, and I love you so much. Mwah. Oop, I gotta go get a manicure. Mwah.